ladies and gents, boys and girls, good afternoon. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Are you guys happy to be on St. Maartin?
Yes.
Okay. And you know what, guys? We are also very happy to have you all here. Very, very happy and so grateful. So welcome to the beautiful tropical island of St. Maartin, St. Maarten. My name is Bernice and I'll be your tour guide for today. Now your driver's name is Jeffrey. And guys, Jeffrey is an amazing driver, so just say hi to the Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Now guys, on this bus we do have the seat belts, and we recommend that you wear them for safety reasons. And also to adjust the air conditioning, you can do so above your heads. So this is the vent right here, guys, so you can open it and close it to suit yourselves. Now the duration of your tour today, it will be approximately 4 hours.
Yay.
From here we drive down to Simpson Bay, and Simpson Bay is still on this part of the island, the Dutch side. We should be there in about 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes with good traffic. Now guys, once we are there in Simpson Bay, we will board the boat, the Explorer, and cruise around the lagoon for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. And from there, we will continue with the rest of the tour. So guys, we just want you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy your tour. No worries. You guys are here for a good time, not a long time. Before you blink, you'll be going back home. So guys, enjoy it. Now the local currency for the Dutch side of the island, again guys, which is the side that we are on, it is the Antillian guilder. So that's our Dutch money. But the American dollar, it is widely used. Now, 1 American dollar is equivalent to 1 guilder and 80 cents. On the French side of the island, the local currency is the euro. But again, the American dollar, it is widely used. And guys, right now on this island, you know, because the euros are so low, you know, most businesses do take it 1 for 1, meaning 1 American dollar will be the same as 1 euro. Now guys, 1 year ago we had a devastating hurricane here on this island. That was Hurricane Irma, and it devastated about 97% of this island. Horrible, horrible storm. And guys, if you look there to your right, you can see this white building with the blue trimmings, and it is one of the few buildings that survived that hurricane last year with hardly any damages. Just look at it in all its glory. You know guys, after the hurricane, a lot of folks came down here like me, and we were all asking, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Can anyone even guess what this building house is? Our tax office. Yes! That's why we wanted it gone, but unfortunately, it is still there in all its glory. Now guys, right there coming up to your left, we have the Emancipation or the Freedom Fighters roundabout. And in there, we have a statue of one of our freedom fighters. If you look closely, you can see that he has broken free from those chains. Quite handsome. Now to your right, we have a body of water, and that is the ruins of the Great Salt Pond. You see, ladies and gents, in the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th century, salt was our main industry here on this island. Now, when that salt had turned a bright pink color, the pickers, they knew then that the salt was ripe for picking. the water, it would immediately evaporate, allowing the pickers to just walk right in there. Just walk right in and pick that salt. And right here you can see another roundabout, and in there a demonstration of the salt pickers. Now salt picking, it was very, very hard and back-breaking work, and it was preferably done in the early hours of the morning, as no one wanted to be caught in that salt water when the sun was high. Can you guys even begin to imagine how horrible that must have been? You know, that hot sun and that salt water. You know, you still hear stories, guys, you know, of folks, you know, whose great-grandparents who were salt pickers, how that salt just cut through their skin, you know, destroyed it beyond repair. But thank God we no longer manufacture salt here. You know, like this pond to your right, we have many, many more all across this island, and there is still salt in them, but we just do not manufacture it anymore. And that was since the introduction of electricity. You know, there was refrigeration, so of course there was no more high demand for salt, you know, for the preservation of good. So we stopped manufacturing it here on this island. So guys, right now on St. Maartin, St. Maarten, can anyone guess what our industry is right now? Yes, tourism. That's your lovely, lovely folks right in here. Look at all the smiles. You know, guys, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you all so much, you know, for coming to our beautiful island. Despite the hurricane last year and all the devastation, you all are still here in support of us, in solidarity of us. And for that, we are so grateful. So thank you all so, so much. Merci beaucoup. Thank you all. Gracias. Now the island of St. Maartin, St. Maarten, it is 37 square miles. That's 37, with 21 square miles to the French, which is the northern part of the island, and 16 square miles to the Dutch, which is the southern side. Now there are 4 borders separating both sides. 2 of those are welcome signs and the other 2 are monuments. Now the Dutch part of the island, again, which is the side that we are on, you know, we became semi-independent from Holland 8 years ago, and it is simply known as 10-10-10. Very simple, because it was signed on the 10th of October in 2010. Now, being semi-independent from Holland means the Dutch side, the government is responsible for all of the internal affairs, you know, like transportation, education, etc. And Holland is responsible for all of the external affairs. So the Dutch side, we are a country, but within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The French side, however, they are a commune of France, which means they are part of the European Union. So they do fall directly under the EU, and they also have all the beautiful, amazing benefits of the European Union. And hence, guys, why the local currency over there on the French side is the euros. And you know what, ladies and gents, you know, I am from this part of the island. I am from the Dutch side. In Dutch you say, ik ben van het Nederland kant. But I do have a lot of family and friends who live on the French side of the island. So say my brother, my amazing brother Jeffrey, not this Jeffrey here, but my brother Jeffrey, who lives on the French side. You know, guys, say he is to call me here on the Dutch side. Do you all know that it would be an international call? Yes, it is international. You know, there's one small island, but 2 totally different countries. So both sides do have their own area code. You know, here on that side it is a +1721, and on the front side it is 00590-690. So ladies and gents, you know, as we continue to drive through the island, you know, you will notice a lot of devastation. Even 1 year in, still so much devastation. A lot of homes and, you know, businesses, you know, were compromised here last year. So, yeah, you'll notice a lot of that as we drive through the island. You know, for those of you who have been to the island before, and it's only now returning since the hurricane, you know, guys, yeah, you will see the before and after. And guys, for those of you, this is your first time here, you know, what you will see, this is not what the island, you know, looks like before. Yeah. It is totally, totally different. As I mentioned earlier, 97% of this island was destroyed during Hurricane Irma last year. Even right here to your left, guys, you know, again, for those of you who have been here before and you probably drove this route, you will be missing something right there to your left on this big open lot. You know, that was the Sonesta Great Bay Hotel. Oh, you know, in there they had about 283 rooms, all inclusive. Their own casino, their own spa, everything in there. Right there in the vicinity of Philipsburg. So it was really, really popular. But it was so much damages from the hurricane that it just had to be demolished, totally demolished. Now guys, if you look to your left, you will see a ship from here, the Oasis of the Seas. One of the biggest there is. I remember the first time it came in port. You know, so many persons just lined this area right here. You know, just watching the Oasis coming in. Really, really beautiful. It's a really, really amazing view from here. Now coming up there, guys, to your bottom left, if you look down on the peninsula, you can see some red roof buildings, and that is the DV Little Bay Hotel. That's our #1 hotel here on the island. You know, so happy to announce that they are back up and running. About 2 months now. Yeah, because they were partially damaged by the hurricane last year. So we're very, very happy about that they're up and running, especially considering, you know, so many of the hotels here that are still closed down because of damages. So whenever a hotel reopens, we celebrate. Yeah. Now also coming up there to your bottom left, you will see a cream building. It looks almost like a castle, kind of. And that is the Bel Air Beach Hotel. You know, they may not be as popular as the bigger hotels here, like the Sonesta, the Westin, or the DV, but they definitely hold their own. And for folks who love to do timeshare, they offer a lot of timeshare. I think about 55% of that hotel is timeshare. Now guys, to your right, that is a residential area. It stretches from this point all the way down to the far end, and it is called Bel Air. So that's our very own Bel Air right here on the island. Lots of big, beautiful, expensive homes. You know, a home here can go from as low as $325,000 and as high as probably $750, $1 million. But on a whole, considering on a whole, you know, homes here on this island are pretty expensive. And that's mainly because, you know, most areas are considered okay areas. They are considered good areas. You know, we don't have any, you know, slums or ghettos or anything of that sort here. Now guys, there to your right, that is our hospital for the Dutch side. That is the St. Maartin Medical Center. And to your left, that is the Learning Unlimited Preparatory School. Now that's an American private school, and the pupils can go there from ages 3 up until 18. So that's from early stimulation till they're ready to go up to college somewhere they choose to. It is a bit expensive. It begins at $750 American for the little ones, the 3-year-olds in early stimulation, and it can go as high as $1,600–$700 for those kids in the high school section. So it's a bit on the expensive side. Now also coming up there, guys, to your bottom right, we have another residential area. It is called Cahill. It is not as congested as the Belia area. Really lovely. And guys, in there we have one of the only synagogues, a mosque that we have here on the island. You can see it with the green ball. It's beautiful, beautiful on the inside. Really beautiful. And you know, guys, you know, here on the island, you know, many different religions are practiced. You just think about it, it is practiced here. You know, but our two dominant, you know, or most practiced religions, they are Catholic and Methodist. Like on a roller coaster. Yeah. Baby. Now to your bottom left, if you look down, that is a new project that we have going on here on St. Maartin. It is called the Indigo Bay Project. And there they're building condos and villas and going to have a supermarket and restaurant and everything of that sort. It's like a little village on its own. They're cutting new roads, building a roundabout, everything. It's going to be really lovely. And guys, that's for guests, you know, like you. You know, you're here for a longer stay and you love this area, the Indigo Bay area. You can rent out or even buy one of the condos or villas when they're complete. And if you want to find out the price, you know, you can always go online. You know, www.indigobay.St.Maartin. I just Google, if you don't remember all of that, just Google Indigo Bay St. Maartin and everything will pop up. Now to your bottom left, we have the Cape Bay area. It's another lovely area. You can't tell that right now because of all the devastation from the hurricane, but it's really, really lovely area. And guys, you look right there along the seashore where the smoke is coming from, and that is our light and water desalination plant for the Dutch side. It is a voltage of 110. We operate here on generators. We use diesel, and we get our diesel from the Dutch Antillean island of Curacao. So guys, on both sides of the island, you know, Dutch and French, we have desalination plants like these, and that's because we don't have any rivers or, you know, freshwater lakes or anything of that sort here. So we have to take our water from the ocean, and hence our desalination plants. Now coming up again to your left, ladies and gents, we have another roundabout. And in there we have a lovely statue of Mr. Osborne Kreitoff, the traffic man. He was the first designated traffic director here. You know, many years ago, he was not happy, you know, with how the traffic was flowing. So he just took up that job. And today he has his own statue. Hopefully one day I'll have mine. I can dream, right? With my little mic. And voila! Yes, one of our 5-star restaurants, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah. After the hurricane last year, guys, you know, when so many buildings were down and all of the restaurants were closed, most of the supermarkets were closed, KFC was open and they were good to us, so we rated them 5 stars. Yeah. Now there to your right, where all the glass windows are at, That is one of our car dealerships for all that side. Actually, it's our #1 car dealership. It is called Motor World. You can see the sign right here. Motor World. Look how lovely it is. They had just renovated 2 months before the hurricane. Had they only known. And guys, here on the island, you know, the prices of vehicles, they vary. You know, as if everywhere else, it always depends on your preference of vehicle, on your pockets. You know, it can go from as low here, $11,000, $12,000, and as high as $70,000, $75,000. And the price of gas here on the dirt side, it is $4.50 a gallon. And the French side, it's about €1 per liter. You know, give or take, you know, a few euro cents now and then. Now there to your right, that is one of our casinos, one of the 14 casinos we have here. Tropicana Princess Casino.
Yeah.
The place where you can walk in very happy. You have such high anticipation. And you just may walk out broke and crying. I've seen it so often. Yeah. Now to your left, the blue building, that is our movie theater for the Dutch side. That's the Caribbean Cinemas Megaplex 7. So guys, as you can guess, there's 7 theaters in there. The only one we have here. So, and right next door, another casino. So guys, we are almost there for the cruise. So you can start getting out your little boarding passes. You know, the little boarding pass that you were given in exchange for your tickets, because you had to hand them to the captain or one of his crew members when you are boarding the boat, the Explorer. So guys, please make sure that you have them at hand. Now a little bit about the boat. It is a double-decker, so we have a top deck and also a bottom deck. And I do recommend the top deck, because you see everything as you're cruising. And we also have 2 bars on board, one at the top and one at the bottom. And all the drinks are complimentary. All complimentary. So guys, you know, you can just, you know, sit back and drink to your heart's content. You know, it's already 5 o'clock somewhere, no matter the time here. And we also have 4 restrooms on board. They are all located downstairs to the back of the bar. So there are 2 on each opposite end. And we also have a designated smoking area, and that is also located downstairs to the back of the bar. So we are right there. Guys, the cruise again will be about 45 minutes to 1 hour. And after the cruise, we will dock again right here in our dockyard, and we board the same bus for the rest of the tour. So your bus is 3844 AAA. If you don't remember the number, just remember the 3 A's. The 3 A's at the end, because we have 2 other buses, but they don't have it. So just have the plane number. So this is a French bus, so it has AAA at the end. So just remember those 3 A's, Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. So we're right here, guys.
Oh.
Now, I am not a member of the crew on the boat, the Explorer, but I am coming along with you all on the cruise this afternoon. They don't have any other tours. Just letting you know, just in case you have a question during the cruise. You know, you always find me downstairs. Usually I'm up by the captain, just sitting there, you know, making sure that he maneuvered that boat properly. And guys, also if you have any heavy bags, you know, feel free to leave them on your seats. Because again, the bus will remain parked in the dockyard, and Jeffrey will remain with the bus. And also guys, you know, when we're coming back on the bus, you know, if you can, please try to take the same seats that you had before, unless it's an empty seat. But try to take the same seat that you had before, to avoid any, you know, little confrontation. So we can do that, because oftentimes we do have that. And also guys, if you have any hats or caps, you know, also feel free to leave them on your seats. Because oftentimes it can get pretty windy out there, and we have seen so many caps get blown into the lagoon. So if it's really sentimental to you, I advise that you leave them on your stick. And also